What is up, everybody? My name is Spaz and welcome to my channel, Arrow Key Gaming TV. Today we are going to take a look at my revised Technician build. Just as with every other build that I release, I am not advocating that this is the best build or the only build. Anybody that tells you that something is the best build or the only build is simply stating opinion and not fact, because there is so much, it is such a subjective term to say it's the best when there are so many options in the skill tree. So when making this Technician build, I wanted to create something that was kind of versatile, that we could do a lot of different things and be the basic support structure of a lobby when it comes to having skills to perform the technical side of heists. So I focused on, my main focus was to get all of the drill perks, get C4, and then also get Saw, while also providing us with a tanking sort of feel and build. Since we aren't going to focus on damage output, we need to make sure that we have a decent survivability, decent chance at surviving a heist, so that we aren't a burden to our masterminds or other people. So with that in mind, I did kind of go a little tank-like with this, and just to give you a brief overview of the tanking aspect of this build, when all is said and done, we will have a 70% increase to our health, a 60% increase to our armor, a 25% decrease to our armor regeneration time, and a 25% increase to armor recovery speed. So that's the focus of this build. You are going to be the person in a lobby that is going to be breaching doors, setting up drills, sawing safety deposit boxes, and also I spec'd in a few things in Mastermind so that if we do have to perform the medical support portion of the gameplay, we can have a few skills to do that. So enough of me rambling, let's take a look at this. I have my nifty laptop here and a clean slate, unlike my Enforcer build. I apologize about that again. I spent a little time farming for some cash so I could go ahead and do this with you guys. So first off, Technician, we have to buy the basic... Hold on, my laptop's telling me I have to restart. No, I don't. You don't own me, I own you. We have to buy the basic trip mines. You unlock the Technician, and then from there I ace out both Demolition Man and Combat Engineer. The Demolition Man gives us one extra trip mine and then a 20% decrease to trip mine deployment time, and then the Combat Engineer gives us the ability to turn off and on our trip mines and also give us a sensor mode for trip mines. Now, a lot of people are kind of 50-50 on the sensor mode of the trip mines, but the reason I've been using them lately is because I found that if I'm breaching doors in certain portions of the mission, I'm going to run low on trip mines. So I like the fact of being able to switch to a sensor mode and being alerted when somebody's coming a certain way, and then I usually don't have any problem taking them out. It's basically a warning like, hey, your left flank's going to be overrun in a second, go check it out, rather than, well, somebody just died on our left flank. I'm not sure if there's anybody else there. You're still going to go check, right? So I prefer the sensor mode if, on things like the bank heist, putting them in the stairs or in the back door, things like that. So that's why I went ahead and did that. And then also with some of my builds, you guys know that I am always hovering over the next tree to find out what skill point I need to spend to get to the next tier and then the next tier. So when I do make a build, my focus is I go, okay, what skills do I want at the top? And how much am I going to put into them? And then I'm going to calculate, the best route to come up with that number exactly, so we aren't wasting skill points in that specific tree. So we have these two trip mine basic or focused skills aced out, and then I obviously need to ace out my hardware expert so that we can have a 25% increase to drill interaction speed, a 20% decrease to trip mine deployment, a 50% increase to sentry gun deployment speed, and a 30% chance for drill to auto restart. Pretty cool stuff. We are going to focus on the drill, obviously, since we are Johnny on the spot with all the technical aspects of skills. And then I buy the basic of Nerves of Steel, so we have the 50% decrease to damage while interacting with things. And then I buy the basic of Rifleman and Sharpshooter. The Sharpshooter is explained in one of my other videos. It is a must-have skill for any build, a 50% decrease to single-shot weapon spread. And then the Rifleman gives us a 2x multiplier to assault rifle steel sight speed. Not that important, but I did need to spend that 1 extra point down here so that we can climb up with the appropriate amount of skills spent. So, Drill Sergeant, we ace out. The statistics for that: a 25% increase to drill interaction speed, why is it hovering over that one? Sorry guys. A 15% decrease to drill time, and a 30% decrease to drill time. Both of those include the thermal drill. Really nice stuff there. Ace out silent drilling, so that we can get the silent drill once we've aced it out, reducing our drill alert. I believe it is at 1 meter. It looks like PD2 skills.info removed that, but I do believe it is still at 1 meter for detection on the silent drill. And then from there, I ace out the shaped charge so that we can convert our trip mines into C4, and we get a increase of 3 trip mines in our inventory. I did not mess around with blast radius because I have been using my trip mines more for detection rather than damage. You guys might, not see value in that and maybe want to spend these 4 points over here. It's up to you, but I enjoy using them as sensors, so that's why I did that. Now, pretty cool thing here, we are going to ace out Bulletproof. The basic gives us a 50% increase to armor, and then the aced out gives us a 25% increase to armor recovery speed. Once this thing is all done and you guys are trying this out, you're going to kind of laugh at how much damage you can take. It's pretty cool. I haven't really focused that much into the technician tree, but after acing out Bulletproof and kind of going into the enforcer tree as well, it's pretty awesome how much damage you can absorb. So let's go ahead and take a look at the enforcer tree. These are the 2 trees that we are spending the bulk of our points on. Obviously we have to unlock our enforcer, and just like in every other build, I ace out transporters so that I can move bags. I dislike moving bags, at the rate of a turtle, so that's why I do that, and I like being able to throw them further. Throwing bags from cover to cover is a necessary thing on certain missions. So I only spend 1 point in Bulletstorm, and the only reason I spend that 1 point there is because it helps us climb up the tier at an even rate, so we're not wasting points. I ace out Oppressor, giving us increased suppression, 25% increase to suppression basic, 75% increase to suppression aced. Then I ace out Die Hard. Die Hard gives us well, obviously we can use our primary weapon and bleed out. We shouldn't be bleeding out with how tanky we are, but it gives us a 15% decrease to time before our armor regenerates, which I've explained already how tanky this is, with the 60% increase in armor, 25% decrease in regen time, and 25% increase in recovery speed. So that's part of that calculation there. Let's go ahead and ace out Underdog. That way, if we are in a bottleneck and we are surrounded by 3 or more enemies, we get a 15% increase to damage for 7 seconds and a 15% decrease to damage taken for 7 seconds. Once again, adding to our tanking type build. Then I just buy the basic of Melee. Not that important. It gives us a 100% increase to melee damage. Then I buy the basic Tough Guy, giving us a 50% decrease to camera shake effect when damaged. I then buy the basic Ammunition Specialist, and then I ace out Berserker. This is that calculation I told you about where you have a multiplier of damage when your health is below 40%. Essentially, the lower your health, the more damage you're going to put out. You only need the basic for what I'm trying to achieve with this skill. If you haven't seen my saw trick video, the reason I went into this Berserker skill is primarily for the saw. It's my opinion. Others disagree. I've asked people about this. They've disagreed on this. I'm not going to spend a ton of points getting different saw blades, that have the super duper fancy carbon blades or anything like that. when I'm sawing through safety deposit boxes. With the basic Berserker skill, I can one-tap all the safety deposit boxes. It's effective enough for me to run through all of them without having to waste points in the carbon blades and things like that. So that's why I did that. And obviously I bought the basic of ammunition specialist so that I can have those 2 ammo bags when I am in a bank vault sawing through safety deposit boxes. So then obviously we're going to buy our saw, and then we're going to buy the basic Iron Man so we can wear the improved combined tactical vest. So that is it for the Enforcer tree. Let's take a look at Ghost first before we take a peek at Mastermind. Ghost is pretty straightforward. I just wanted to unlock sprinting abilities so that we can run faster with our heavy armor, and then fast hands so we can bag loot bags faster and interact with them faster. Pretty helpful when we are the person responsible for getting all the safety deposit boxes. So the last 11 points get spent into the Mastermind tree. I buy the aced out combat medic because we are trying to be everything for everybody. So when we do get the chance of reviving somebody, we can give them the 25% extra health on revive. And then I ace out leadership. Just a nice damage perk since we don't, not damage, but recoil perk since we don't have much else going on in the other trees. Basic 25% decrease to recoil for pistols, and aced out 50% decrease to recoil for all weapons. And then I spend 1 point on endurance to increase our stamina by 100%. I didn't have enough points to ace this out, so I really only need to spend 1 more point, and that is on Smooth Talker, so we can interact with 4 pagers, also being an assistance to our ghosts in a lobby. So you can see that we have a little bit to offer ghosts. We can help them with pagers. We have something to help out our team as far as health. We have the combat medic aced out. We have the saw. We have 2 ammo bags. We have all the drill skills. We have C4. And we are a tank, so we don't have to worry about our lobby being focused on reviving us all the time. So that's the basic build in a nutshell. I will post some gameplay of while using this build, but let's go ahead and take a look at our loadout. Now the loadout is really up to you since we aren't focused on damage. I've been kind of using different assault rifles, and people always ask me which assault rifle's the best, and I've toyed around with a lot of them, and it really does come down to what your preference is. My only advice is if you do use any assault rifle, make sure that you are putting attachments on them that increase your stats or help your stats. Even if they look hideous, I mean, they do help out in the long run. And I actually looked at a tweet from David Goldfarb today, and I am not sure if this is coming out in update 11 or not, but see over here where all these plus and minuses are, they've actually assigned values, numbers. So these categories, there will be different categories at the top right of each of these bars. One has to pertain to what your increase in damage is via skills, and then the other will list the numbers for mods, so pretty cool. I will go ahead and fast forward to some of the gameplay using this build. If you have any recommendations or alterations to this build or questions about this build, specific skills, let me know. Otherwise, I will go ahead and fast forward now to this build in action. Alright guys, so I have 3 clips for you. This first one just shows how much faster we can repair a drill with the drill expert skill. He started repairing the drill prior to me getting to it, yet we had that skill enabling us to repair it faster. This second video clip shows how I go through these safety deposit boxes. Obviously throw down an ammo bag at the start, and then with the Berserker skill procced, I can one-tap all of these safety deposit boxes. You may find that you want the carbon blades. I don't find them necessary as long as this Berserker skill continues to be as effective as it is right now. They may patch it, I don't know. But for right now, I don't find the need or you know, the point in having carbon blades. You may disagree, and that's fine. You know, everything can be molded to your play style. But with doing this the way I am doing it right now, I can get through the entire area in about 2 minutes, which is pretty good considering it's just me and I have a basic saw. While I'm doing it, I usually don't grab the loot as I'm going. If you do, make sure that you are queued to take the loot and not pick a safety deposit box. I usually do it while I'm reloading and don't usually take the loot otherwise. But then this last clip here is just demonstrating how tanky our build really is. I'm helping my team move these bags. They're lower level players for the most part, and so I am able to move these bags and take a ton of damage. Just look at how many times I'm getting hit, yet our armor area that's displayed in the HUD down there, it's not going down that fast. We're able to move these bags and take a significant amount of damage, which is really helpful in lobbies where you are moving tons of loot. And another demonstration here, I don't know why I backpedaled into this area. I could have kept going forward. Still getting used to just how much damage I can take, but it's pretty awesome. And then towards the end of this clip, you'll see me melee a guy with my saw. But that is it for this video, guys. I will be doing the Firestarter mission in its entirety with this build, so check out that video once I get it uploaded. But that'll do it for this. Please remember to comment, rate, and subscribe. It really helps. I appreciate all the words of encouragement that you guys have given me, and I will continue to work hard to get some good content out there for you guys. So we will catch you guys in another video. Talk to you later. Coca.